My name is Aaron Antis. I'm the general manager at Shaw Homes, and I've been supporting Safari Mission since, about 12 years now, I guess, so since like '06. So the results that I see Safari Mission producing is basically, I know a lot of different missionaries. I know a lot of different people doing some great works all over the world, but with Vidar and Catherine Lagarde, what I've watched with them is that they're a couple who is committed beyond what I've seen most people be committed. They are literally putting in millions of miles going across this planet, back and forth, just making sure that everything is taken care of. I honestly think that if Vidar was a CEO of a company here in the U.S., he would literally be making them extremely wealthy as a company. But instead, he's taken all the giftings that he has and all the things that he's capable of, and he's taken them overseas and over into the ministry side of the world and put those gifts to use in other ways. They are so effective at getting things done on the other side of the planet. And not only has he lived there multiple times, but he's taken his wife and his children there. And so I've watched them build buildings. I've watched them pull together pastors from all over an entire country and bring them together in one location and then train them and send them back out all over the nation of Kenya. And so I've seen him cross over borders and go into places like Somalia where, it's a place where you don't want to be too... you got to be careful because there's some bad things going on over there. And I've seen him, through inspiring other people, send people into these remote places and these places that are very dangerous to go into. So, I could talk about it for a long time, but those are just a few of the things off the top of my head that he's gotten results with. One of the things that I like about being involved in Safari Mission is just getting to see the stories behind the people who have been affected by Vidar and Catherine and everything that they've done over there. I've met some amazing people. I've met a young girl who was deaf and a mute, who could not speak. I met her and listened to her speak when she was born, not being able to do that. That was a pretty amazing situation. I watched a man who was just kind of a person who was living a very quiet life all by himself grow into a person who had been trained by Vidar and Catherine and then go out and really just affect his entire city and all of the people around him and become a great leader in his particular city that he lived in there in Mombasa. And then I've watched an entire village in Vipingo be changed by just the teaching and the training that they've gotten from Vidar and Catherine, and watched it really transform all of the children. It created a new school in the village. It helped all of the businesses in that village to start to prosper, and just from the things that they had been learning. So just some amazing changes in Vipingo there in Kenya. And so there's been some pretty awesome things about getting to be involved with that and just be a very small part of it. I've also watched a church that happened to be in Kisumu that was one of the largest churches in Kisumu. It's a huge building, and watched the pastor's wife come to get training from Safari Mission and go back, and she leads a whole team of people, and she says it was a life-changing event and has completely transformed their entire church and ministry by the things they learned from Vidar and Catherine. So it's pretty awesome to see that have such a big impact on a ministry that was already doing very well on their own, and to have it be to them a game-changing thing is pretty neat. So one of the things that makes Safari Mission, in my opinion, different than other missionaries is, I've been asked by a lot of different people to help support them and that are missionaries. And they're people that I would actually call vacationaries, not missionaries. I feel like they really wanted to travel and see the world, and so they decided to do missions. But without the dedication level that it takes, that Vidar and Catherine have, to literally give up everything they have to make a change in other people's lives. They literally are giving away their lives to help other people's lives, as opposed to a lot of people who I think are doing it as more entertainment and not really as dedicated to it. So, that part is what is really the thing that I feel like sets them apart from other missionaries. So the long-term effects of Safari Mission's work are changing the continent of Africa. And if you've ever been to Africa, you know that the key to Africa is Kenya. And so, people who go there, you understand it's a huge hub. It is the resource center for Africa. So much trade comes in through Nairobi and through the ports there. And so it is a big deal. And so with them setting up their headquarters and kind of their base of operations there, while affecting all of these pastors who are going out into all these villages all over Kenya, not only are they changing the nation of Kenya, but that impact is going to be felt throughout all of Africa. And so that's the main thing that's exciting about Safari Missions, is that in touching all of these pastors and training all of these pastors in Kenya, they are, in essence, they're impacting not just the nation of Kenya, but the whole continent. If you're looking for somewhere to send support, I would highly recommend that you consider Safari Mission, because they are literally training pastors who are teaching other people. So you are affecting people in a multiplied fashion. You're not just impacting a few people, you are impacting thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. This is a good soil to plant a seed in. This is not just another ministry. This is a ministry that's extremely effective. These are high quality people doing the real work. I've been there. I've seen what they're doing. I've seen the impact with my own eyes, and I was blown away by what they're able to accomplish over there. You need to get involved. You need to support them financially. I would highly recommend that you consider it right now, and just hook up with them and help them in whatever way you can.